Hi everyone, it's Gabrielle from Intuition Edu, and in this video, I will be telling you everything you need to know about the GKS Scholarship. Generally, all the basic information you need to know about GKS can be found on their website, and there's a PDF file there that you can download. You can see all of the information like requirements, eligibility, how to apply, universities that participate, countries, quotas, everything you can find there. But I understand that maybe a lot of you still have limited sources to information on where to find the website, or where in the website where to get the necessary files, where to download it, how to navigate around the website. So I think maybe compiling them into a video, a clear video like this, would be very helpful, and hopefully this can help you prepare for your GKS scholarship application. So first things first, what is GKS? GKS is Global Korea Scholarship. It's a fully funded scholarship program that is offered by the Korean government to attract foreign students from several countries to come study their program in South Korea. It's a fully funded program, so if you do get selected, then basically you will spend zero money on your studies in Korea. This means the Korean government will spend money for you, for your round trip flights, for your dormitory, for your tuition, for your admission, for your living expenses. They give you like some living stipend as well. And if you take the graduate program and you have like some publications, research and all this, like everything will be covered by the Korean government. So you can imagine how competitive this scholarship is. And if you see on the PDF, you will find the list of countries that are invited to come study in Korea under the GKS Scholarship. Now, if you get the GKS Scholarship, basically you will get 1 year of Korean language free of charge, which means before studying your undergraduate or graduate program, you will get 1 year full where you just learn the Korean language. The hope here is for you to become fluent in using the language and use the proficiency certificate at the end of your program to enroll and continue to your degree program. For example, if you're applying for a bachelor's degree in Korea is 4 years long, 8 semesters. If you apply and you get GKS, you will be studying in Korea totally for 5 years, because the first year you will be doing Korean language program. If you're applying for master's here in Korea is 2 years long, 4 semesters. So that means you'll be studying in Korea for 3 years, because the first year, as you know, you will be studying the Korean language first. Okay, now let's move on to the next part. Who can apply for the GKS scholarship? The first thing you need to check if you want to know if you're eligible for the scholarship or not is you need to know whether your country is invited to participate in the GKS program or not. You can see the list on the PDF file, which I will put a link in the description box below. Pay attention, because the undergraduate program and the graduate program have different set of countries that can apply. Other than the country, you also need to pay attention to your age, because if you're applying for a bachelor's program, an undergraduate program, you cannot be older than 25 years old when the program starts. And if you're applying for a graduate program, you cannot be over 40 years old when the program starts. And then check also about your previous grade, your GPA. Out of 4.0 GPA system, you need to have minimum 2.64. If your school, your university, or your country uses different kinds of GPA calculation system, then you probably have to evaluate your previous transcript, because in Korea, for the GKS scholarship program, you need to use the 4.0, 4.3, 4.5, 5.0 or percentile systems only. If you're using the percentile system, then your grade has to be minimum 80%. If your score is not above 80%, but you are within the top 25% in your class, then you will need a special document from your school that states the student is in the top 25%. I understand that this is not a common calculation system in a lot of countries, so maybe a personal tip would be to evaluate your degree, your transcript, to a 4.0 system. Now, the other thing that you need to pay attention to is if you're still in your last year of high school, like grade 12 or the last year of graduate program or undergraduate program, you need to make sure that you will finish your program before the Korean study program starts if you do get selected. So it's better to already finish your program, have the complete documents, and apply for the GKS. Now, when do you apply for the GKS Scholarship? The GKS Scholarship for undergraduate and for graduate program, each only opens once a year. So for undergraduate program, bachelor's, the application for GKS starts around September every year. And this is for the next year, March intake. So for example, right now, 2024, if you want to apply for the undergraduate GKS Scholarship program, now this year, that means you will be applying in September 2024. This is when the application will open, and if you get selected, you will start your study in Korea, which is the Korean language program, in March 2025. If you miss this deadline, or if you don't get selected and you want to try again, you will have to wait until September 2025 to start with the application, and if you get selected that time, you will start your program in March 2026. Same thing for graduate program. Graduate program opens around February or March every year. If you get selected, then you will start your program in the September of the same year. So for example, this year, the graduate program for GKS, it was open in February, and the process are happening right now. So a lot of people have been evaluated, some already made to the next round, some probably already failed, but the ones that keeps on passing until the final round and eventually get selected, they will start their program in September 2024. So pay attention to that. If you want to apply for the GKS program, you need to make sure that the intake is correct and you can start at the right time. Don't rush, don't start too late, start early, so then that way you can timeline your application progress better. Next, we're gonna talk about the documents that you require to apply for the GKS program. Okay, I'm just gonna read it from my own note here because I cannot memorize it for some reason. The first one is the application forms. So application forms for the GKS program, they have specific forms that you have to use, and this you can find this on the website and you can download it. It's a Microsoft Word file, so basically you can open it, you can fill out with your information right there, and you can tick boxes on the document. And then there's also a personal statement essay, which is your motivation letter. This is also included in the forms, application forms. And then study plan, which is like your plan for during your study and after your study, longer term goals. And this is also included in the application form set. And then you need to also include one recommendation letter from your previous teacher, professor, or someone you know from a professional environment. And then there's your degree. Of course, if you're applying for undergraduate program, then you need to include your high school diploma transcript. If you're applying for a master's program, you need to include your bachelor's degree transcripts. And if you're applying for a doctoral program, you need to include your master's and also bachelor's degrees and transcripts. Now, these documents need to be authenticated. If your country is an apostille country, then you need to get it apostilled. If your country is not an apostille country, then you need to get it done at the Korean embassy in your country. And then some administration documents like your passport scan, which is not mandatory at the time of application, but personally, I suggest you make a passport first, birth certificate or family relationship. Basically, this document needs to prove that you are not a Korean citizen and your parents are not Korean citizens, and if they were, you need to be able to show proof that they have renounced their Korean citizenships. Dual citizenships also not allowed. Equally important are the additional documents. So any certificates that you have, whether it's from training program or an academic program, online courses, volunteering, maybe community service or participation, competitions, everything, put them in one as one bundle of additional documents and submit them together. Don't forget about the language proficiency as well. So IELTS, IBT TOEFL, not ITP, or TOPIK. If you don't have any of this, it's fine. You can still apply. Don't worry about it. But if you do have this, then you get extra points in your total evaluation score. So it will boost your chance of getting accepted. Now let's move on to the application tracks. For the GKS program, you can apply through two ways, which is the embassy track or university track. The embassy track means you're applying for the scholarship through the Korean embassy at your country. Through this track, you can choose up to 3 universities. If you pass the embassy, you will be sorted into the 3 universities, and that way the 3 universities will evaluate you separately, which means you might get accepted to 1, you might get accepted to 2, you might get accepted to 3. If you do get accepted in more than 1 universities from your own selection, you need to choose 1 at the end of the evaluation process, and that will be your university. If you're applying through the university track, you can only choose 1 university. Basically, you will choose the university first and you make your application directly to that university. You cannot make double applications though, so if you're applying for the embassy track and then you see the first round results and you don't make it, you can rush and make your application through university track to the university, the 1 university that you really want. But you need to make sure that the university application period for a GKS application is still open, because the embassy track deadline is decided by the embassy in your country, and the university track deadlines are decided by each of the universities. So each university has different dates. So that's all I wanted to share with you about the basic information of the GKS Scholarship program. I hope you find it helpful, and I hope this prepares you better for your own application for the scholarship. And of course, if you want more information, thorough details, you can always find it on the guidelines PDF file. You can also find the list of universities that are included in the GKS Scholarship. Remember that the undergraduate scholarship program will start application this September for the March 2025 intake, and you want to start preparing from now, believe me. As always, if you're looking for a one-on-one GKS mentor to help you finding your universities, comparing curriculums, faculties, facilities, location, helping you with reviewing your essays until they are perfect, helping you with preparing for interviews, everything that you need help with your own GKS application, let us know and we'll be happy to provide you with assistance. If you have any other questions, any part of the GKS whole procedure that you need a little bit more explaining, feel free to also drop a comment on the video below. I will try to explain it as fast as I can, and hopefully see you next time in the next video. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and drop us a message. Thank you. See you soon. Bye bye.